Welcome, gorgeous Geminis. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com, and I'm here to do your November horoscope. Well, a lot happening for you in November. Basically, Mercury is going retrograde, and because Mercury is your ruling planet, you are likely to be very much affected by this. So Mercury goes retrograde from the 1st to the 21st, 1st to the 21st. There is a little thing called a shadow period, and there seems to be a lot of conjecture over how long the shadow period is. Some people say days and other people say up to 2 weeks. So from my personal experience, can be up to 2 weeks. So just bear in mind, if you've got anything really super important that you're working on or that you're doing of a legal nature, or perhaps a big work project or something like that, you could be affected before the 1st of November. So that's just happened to me, actually. So you might find there's delays and obstacles around communications, misunderstandings. And because Mercury is going retrograde in your 6th house of health and routine, your everyday routine and everyday work, these are the areas of your life that, will be affected the most. So with regard to your health, you might just not be feeling on top of everything. You could be feeling quite tired, like a general lack of motivation, or perhaps you just need to rest more. So do factor that into your schedule, especially if you've got a busy life. You're going to have to take, perhaps, depending on your constitution, but perhaps you might have to take some days off here and there just to sort of veg out and sit on the couch and watch YouTube all day, and a couple of days doing that would be a good idea. So your 6th house of everyday routine could also, could be affected, or your everyday type work. So we're not talking about the huge, great, big, abstract concepts. We're talking about routine work. So you might find it could be as simple as your normal everyday routine is just not gelling anymore. So you have to tweak it. So if you go for a walk at 6 a.m. in the morning, you might change that to 6 p.m. or something, rejig your daily routine, as delays and obstacles are quite likely in this period. Okay, so that's the start of the month through to the 21st. And then on the 2nd, we've got Venus joining Jupiter in your 7th house. This is a really beautiful energy. And Venus is all about love, appreciation of beauty, cooperation, sharing and caring. And in your 7th house, that's committed relationships. So this could be like a work partnership, or if you're in small business, somebody that you're in partnership with, or it could be your husband or your partner. It's somebody that's really sort of close to you in an important relationship. And what you're likely to find here is that it's going particularly well. Communications are flowing very easily, and there's just a feeling of mutual support and care and consideration for for each other. If you're not so blessed to be in a relationship like that, you might find that there's less angst than what you normally have to go through. Okay, it is a chance to reassess what's going on in your relationships. It's a chance for you to really take a deep breath and think, am I getting what I need out of this relationship? You might decide after you've been through this time period that no, you're not, and you need to do something about it. Okay, so if you do meet somebody, say you're single and you do meet someone in this time period, sometimes what can happen is you have to go back later on and sort of revisit the things that you thought that you knew about the person, because it's not what you thought. So my advice there would be not to rush. Don't rush into anything in a new relationship. It's great for pre-existing relationships, a new relationship, you're probably not getting the full picture of what you need to know in order to, to commit, or to, it's not really a solid foundation. Mercury retrograde really is shifting sands, okay? Building your house on shifting sands. The 12th sees a full moon joining Uranus in your 12th house. Okay, so there's a lot of transformation going on deep down inside you, in your subconscious. And Uranus is like stirring everything up. So it could be actually quite turbulent. You might be having strange dreams or strange kinds of flashes of insight, and you're trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together with what your subconscious is presenting you. Just imagine like a sea quake, under the ocean, and all of the sands are getting all stirred up by this sort of sea quake going on underneath. It could be even still on the surface, but it's all going on down here, bubbling away. So Uranus is often about revolution, turbulence, like unexpected things that pop up out of the blue, electricity, technology, and with Mercury retrograde, of course, that also affects technology in a big way. So gorgeous Geminis, as Mercury is your ruling planet, do be careful if you're, starting something with technology, or you've got to buy a new device, for example. You might just get problem after problem after problem. If you can put it off, that would be, the ideal thing. The 20th sees Mars going into your 6th house, and I was just talking about this. So this is your everyday routine, your vitality, and your health. With Mars going in there, you'll be feeling more motivated to, fix up any problems that, if you've got a health issue, for example, you'll want to rectify it, and you'll be motivated looking and taking action to do something to improve your health. And likewise in your everyday routine, like I was just saying before about tweaking it so it works better for your life. The 23rd sees the sun, and the 26th sees the new moon going into your 7th house of committed relationships. Jupiter and Venus are already in there. So new moon is a new start, basically. You're likely to, at the end of the month, you could even meet someone if you're single. At the end of the month, you might just find that, somebody special pops into your life that you didn't anticipate. Jupiter sort of has this effect of increasing everything. It wants things to grow. It provides opportunities, abundance, in your 7th house. If you're in a relationship but it's kind of casual, it could go to the next level at the end of the month, that things are going so well. There's a deepening in the relationship. If you're already in a committed relationship, you may do something like have a baby, buy a house, or do something that's a major thing in your life, and you do it together. So there's like another shared bond and a deeper commitment. Okay, so a lot going on in your everyday life, and a lot going on with your relationships and your health. Now let's go to, before we go to the board, to the tarot, I'll just do a psychic, a little psychic reading for you here, gorgeous Geminis. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing for you is somebody stretching down. It's like a masculine energy. I can see a male hand stretching down to give you a help up, a pull up. If you've been stuck at a certain point, this sort of like a male angel, maybe an earth angel. You could actually find this on the physical level, that a man steps in and helps you in some way, but he's putting his hand out for you to grab, and he's going to give you a hand up. There's also a feeling of travel, and it's not that strong, but I just got a flash of like Far Eastern countries, in Asia, over there somewhere, Asia, or maybe even into the other countries behind Asia there. It's hard to talk sometimes when I do this. And so you might be contemplating travel this month. And they're just showing me now, like painting a house. Now, I think this is symbolic, but you could do it actually, physically. But on the symbolic level, it's like you're going to renew or refurbish your body in some way. A house is like your body, and because it houses our soul. And so I'm seeing this painting of walls in white, or a very light color. And so you might do some sort of detox, go on a diet, improve your the amount of exercise you get and the type of exercise you get. And so this month will definitely help you grow and become more of who you are as a person, rather than the sort of superficial things that go on. It's like a deepening into your own. You know what the word is. It's mature. It's called maturity. Maturity. It's a simple word, but it's almost like part of me is almost trying to avoid it, and you can't. Everybody gets older. So yes, you're maturing, and with that comes wisdom and knowledge. Okay, so now let's go to the board and look at the cards. Now, I've already pre-shuffled these for you, gorgeous Geminis. So I'll just give them a quick shuffle again, because I like them fresh. I know it's a silly thing, if they're shuffled, but I like them fresh. And I do this week by week. So we're going to the first week. And you can see here is the 10 of Wands. Okay, so this lass has been through a long period of time where things have been difficult. She's been working really hard, and as this is the 10, this is the absolute end of the cycle. There's a new beginning starting, a 1 and a 0. 0 is like limbo, where you have to patiently wait, and then the 1 is a new beginning. But you can see she's been working hard. She's in the garden, so she's being practical and grounded. Okay, this is not sort of airy-fairy, up in the air type stuff. This is about a lot of action being taken and a lot of work, and you could be feeling tired, which comes back to what I was saying before. November, to have a few days rest would be a really good idea if you can do that. Alrighty, so but there's green here, a lot of growth and opportunity. Your rewards are coming to you, gorgeous Geminis. Your harvest is almost here. You've done what you need to do, and in November will be a time of rest. And this is in the first week. Okay, so first week of November. Just see how you're traveling, if you can fit it in. A few days away, a weekend away would be fantastic. Okay. And now we're going to the second week of November. And I'm going to pull out that card, which is the Page of Wands. Okay, so good news coming to you about all of that work that you've just done. See this green here, growth and opportunity. See this blue bow tie here. Your throat chakra is affected, but I did say effective, so that's a Freudian slip. So that's great, because that basically means that you'll be expressing your true heart's desires, which will give you success and growth and abundance. Okay, so I said effective. Your throat chakra is effective. So, you're going to be able to get your message out in the world. See these pyramids in the background? These could indicate travel. But at the very least, they do indicate chakras. Okay, so the symbol for a chakra is a pyramid or a triangle. And so you may be considering travel, as I got when I did that little mini reading. Okay, action to be taken, grounded in practical reality. But wands are a very fiery, inspirational energy. And with Mars going into your 6th house there on the 20th of the month, you'll be feeling that as well. Okay, so this is the second week, and then we'll have Mars pop in on the 20th to continue it. Continue that fiery motivational energy. Okay, so let's now go to the third week of the month. And we're coming up with this card, which is beautiful, and it's the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, wow, I just get the sense of financial relief. I can just feel like some money problems that some people may have had sort of not, maybe, I get the word resolved, but even if they're not resolved, they'll be improved. So it could be after a long cycle of not having any money, then money comes in. Okay, Pentacles about earthly considerations, the physical realm. This is possessions. Maybe you buy some new things. You might buy some new clothes. You'll see here she's dressed in blue. Again, this is the throat chakra. So all about self-expression. Okay, and I get the sense of work around that, like craftsmanship, or being really good at what you do for work. If you're not working, it could be as simple as volunteer work, or what your normal everyday routine is. What do you do in the day, and what do you do to achieve? If you feel depressed, there's my dog barking at my cat in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. If you feel depressed or sort of totally unmotivated, then it's a time to be thinking about what you could do to achieve. How can you take your innate natural abilities and talents and turn them into money-making ventures? Okay, third week of October is really going to help you with those sorts of questions. Alrighty, so let's look now at the fourth week and see what we come up with. Fourth week of November for Geminis. Gorgeous Geminis. And here we got the Magician. And this is beautiful because this is about manifesting your true heart's desires. This is about turning, the energy of thoughts into practical reality by taking action. There's a lot of action going on in this card. You can see she's wearing red, she's got red candles, she's got red roses around the side. So it's not just, achieving at work or achieving financially. This can also indicate relationships. If you're, been in a stuck place with regard to a relationship, or you're single and you're looking for a relationship, last week of November, you'll have more energy for making something real and physical that is an example of your true heart's desires. Okay, the Magician is about making magic. Okay, manifesting and really pulling off what you want to do in the world. And you can see here there's a symbol of infinity up at the top here. Your spirit goes on forever. Just remember, you are an immortal being who lives forever. So despite whatever our bodies are doing, or whatever the practicality is that's going on out there in the outside world, this is the truth. This is the real thing after everything else passes. Okay, so manifest your heart's desires. There we go. That's the fourth week, and going into the end. So 30 days have September, April, June and November. So that one is actually up until the 30th of the month. Okay, so from the 21st to the 30th, those last few days. Now I'm just going to pick a theme for the beginning of the month, and that one's really jumping out. The Hierophant. Okay, this is convention, stability, tradition, playing by the rules. Okay, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because if you're a bit rebellious, it might feel limiting, but it also gives safety and stability. So you may decide that you've had enough of safety and stability, Or maybe you just want to mix it up a bit. Maybe you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You still need some safety and some stability, but perhaps you need a little bit more freedom as well as the month proceeds. Again, this is taking action. There's a lot of records and knowledge down here. A book of life with the key. Okay, everybody has a book of life when we come to this planet, and we write our book of life before we get here, but sometimes we leave blank pages and we can fill those in while we're here. Okay, your job, should you choose to accept it, is to find the blank pages and to put your particular unique signature on those pages and write your life how you want it to go. Okay, so Hierophant, it is about control, it's about structure and organization, and it's number 5 in the major arcana. So let's see what the theme is at the end of the month for you gorgeous Geminis. Okay, and we come up with the Page of Cups. This is more about your emotions. Sometimes when we're here in this space, emotions sort of take second place because we have to do what we have to do regardless of how we feel about it. But here, we're really in touch with our emotions, and pages often bring good news. Here in the cup, and I don't know if you can quite see it, there's a lizard, okay? So this is about Kundalini energy, dragon energy in the base of the spine. Just take note, if during the month, when you're moving from this safe place over into a more emotional realm, if you have any back issues, just take note of that. It's a good idea to journal and write down, like in a diary every day, how you're feeling and that sort of thing. Then you can look back and see, oh yeah, I did have back pain or neck pain on such a day or whatever. This is about being truly authentic, speaking up. Again, the throat chakra, so she's wearing all this blue here, and there's also, I'm not sure if that's sort of looking like aqua to you, that's sort of like an aqua blue, but the throat chakra is blue, the heart chakra is green, and then in between there's another chakra that's opening up in humanity now, which is aqua. And that is about expressing what you love and expressing your true heart's desire. So this is what you're moving to, a more sort of emotional space than where you were at the beginning of the month. And it's more authentic. This is about following somebody else's rules. This is about you being yourself and expressing that and coming from your deepest core right up through your body and then coming out your mouth. So whether that be, blogging, making a video, or however you wish to do it, that's up to you. But yeah, it's a lovely energy and a lovely space to be in. Alrighty, so that's the tarot, and I've done the astrology, and I've done a little psychic intro, and I'll just close my eyes now for you gorgeous Geminis, and finishing the month up. Okay, it's like pulling open. I've got this it's like a walking stick with a sort of hook on the end, and it's like I'm pulling open this new door with this stick, and it's like going deeper and looking underneath and finding out what is under there, because there could be all sorts of abilities down in your subconscious that you might have had an idea about and thought, oh yeah, I might try that one day, but yeah, this time you're actually really exploring it and going into it. So well done you. So things like art, crafts at home, gardening, some way to express your creativity. If you're in business, it's an excellent time for promotion and marketing and advertising. Okay. They're showing me a train and they're just saying on track. So your thoughts are on track, and this is like a whole lot of thoughts together that make up a belief system or a concept, and they're getting you where you want to go in the month of November. Okay then, well, I do hope you found that helpful. Please leave this video a like, and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you can get regular updates, so you know what I'm up to. I'm always doing different things, but I'll be on to Cancer horoscope next. So over the next few days I'll get all of the horoscopes up. You can always catch me on Facebook on the Absolute Soul Secrets page as well. But in the meantime, have a lovely month, and well done to you. And just be aware, Mercury, your ruling planet, is retrograde until the 21st, and then there's a bit of a shadow period. So shadow period's coming on and going off. Okay then, thanks a lot, and thanks for joining me, and bye for now.